Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
In this sacred manual of power manifestation, which serves as a scriptural authority containing the Shastra Pramanas, eternal unchangeable truths, Apta Pramanas, Atma Pramanas, Sakshi Pramanas, and Prataksha Pramanas, we present to you the various powers of Paramashiva. By this, we place before humanity the supreme authenticity of the power manifestation science established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashiva has systematically revealed these powers in their purest forms as various techniques and revelations to experience pure oneness with Paramashiva. As a direct experience of oneness with Paramashiva, his Shaktis powerfully manifest in an initiated being at different levels of human consciousness, physicality, physiology, psychology, and neurology permanently. We offer these power manifestation manuals to celebrate your experience of oneness with the Supreme Paramashiva. Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam, Jnana Paddhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is power manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is power manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagwan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has is 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has his 5 phase, Ishana Murti has his 5 phase. All these 5 Murtis, 5 phases put together is 25 phases of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagwan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient Enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has made Science of Power Manifestation Yoga temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. As Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state.
Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati for the power of Akashic reading. Let's go to the powerful cognition from Bhagavan Satsang, Living Advaita.
Without waiting for your listening, if I speak, that is Upanishad. Without waiting for my speaking, if you start listening, that is Upanishad. Without waiting for your listening, if I just start speaking the truth as it is, that is what Dakshinamurti is doing. Whether you listen or not, he is showering. He goes on. Same way, whether Guru speaks or not, if you are sitting in the space of listening, you are in Upanishad. A real master goes on speaking whether disciple listens or not. A real disciple goes on listening whether master speaks or not. I just thought, if I straight start speaking from the truth as it is, what I'll speak, let me speak those words today, without bothering about whether you understand or not, whether you listen or not. Today I am going to speak that only, and I am speaking that only. Oneness. Listen. Oneness is not one. Please understand, oneness should not be equated to one. This understanding is very important. Oneness is experience. One is the mathematical number. Oneness is God. One is not God. Oneness is God. God is not one. The non-dual consciousness with everyone, everything. Please listen. The non-dual consciousness with everyone and everything is the purpose of life. And the oneness you experience in the non-dual state cannot be equated to one. When you try to equate that oneness to one, all the mess up starts. Dilution, distraction, delusion starts. Then the fight, whether one or two or many, starts. Very important thing you need to know. Whether in Advaita or Visishtadvaita or Dvaita, oneness only is experienced. Please understand, whether it is Advaita, Dvaita, Visishtadvaita, oneness only is experienced. But when you try to equate that oneness to one and establish a system, theory, instead of establishing a process, person who establishes a process for you to have that same experience is an enlightened being. Person who establishes a system is a religious leader. Person who establishes a theory is a philosopher. When the system or theory is getting established to reach that oneness, if you try to equate the oneness to one, then the problem starts. Today I will try to expand on the process of oneness. Look into you and see whatever patterns, whatever ideas, whatever thoughts brings conflict into you, does not allow the experience of oneness in you. Start completing with them. Listen. I am establishing the process for oneness. Maybe next few days I'll go on expanding on it. Sit and go on, pen down the patterns which makes you move away from the original oneness space, restful awareness, the state for which you are yearning without even knowing for which you are yearning. Understand? In all of us, there is a yearning for certain state. Without even knowing for what we are yearning, we go on yearn. Sometimes we think because of that yearning was so deep, we think we are yearning for money, or we think we yearn for just physical satisfaction. Sometimes we get scared and go crazy about that yearning. I use the word crazy. You just get scared what for you are yearning and go crazy about why you are yearning, what for you are yearning. Listen. Whether you get scared of the yearning or go crazy about the yearning or get attached to what you yearn, ultimately you are yearning to a state of oneness, non-dual consciousness. Ekatva is not eka. Listen. Oneness is God, God is not one. Be very clear. All the religions talk about God is one. One God theory is not leading you towards oneness of God. So I am not accepting the concept that God is one, or theology God is one, but I am very clear the fact that reality is God is oneness. Listen, God is oneness, and you are constantly yearning for that oneness which is in you, or you are part of that oneness. Sit and pen down all the patterns which makes you feel you are away from that oneness, which makes you move you out of that oneness. If you start penning down the idea, I am the body, that usually makes you move out of that oneness. I am the mind, makes you move out of that oneness. Your association with different patterns, that makes you move out of that oneness. Listen. But solution is not, I am not the body. That is the biggest mistake most of the Vedantis do. Immediately they start punishing the body and start declaring, I am not the body, I am not the body. How much ever loudly you shout, scream, I am not the body, your body is only screaming, I am not the body. Even to scream, I am not the body, you associate yourself with the body. It's too funny how the Vedantis commit conceptual suicide. Understand? Conceptual suicide. That's the right word I'll use. When you learn concepts, but you are not growing in the space of oneness. You learn concepts, theories, but you are not growing into Advaita. I'll call that as a conceptual suicide. Accumulating ignorance in the name of knowledge. Acquiring ignorance in the name of knowledge. Listen. Sit and pen down all the patterns which makes you experience distance, which makes you move away from the original non-dual consciousness, the state of Advaita, state of non-duality, experience of Advaita. Sit and pen down all the patterns, all the reasons, all the identifications, all the ideas, all the thoughts you are having, which makes you experience the restlessness, agitation, confusion, delusion, which makes you move away from restful awareness. I am directly establishing a process for you to experience the non-dual consciousness, the Advaita, the state of Advaita. Today I am not talking about any anasin, metasin. How to remove your headache, knee pain, how to have good relationship with your family or teamily. No, I am not talking any of that. Listen, I am very straight. I am establishing the process for you to experience non-dual consciousness.
Let's go to Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana are eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures.
Shastra Pramana for the power of remote viewing or Akashic reading is taken from the Jnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 84, Dharana 61. Akasham vimalam pashyan kritva drishtim nirantaram स्तब्धात्मा तत्क्षणात् देवी भैरवं वपुराप्नुयात् आकाशं विमलं पश्यन् कृत्वा दृष्टिं निरन्तरां स्तब्धात्मा तत्क्षणात् देवी भैरवं वपुराप्नुयात्.
Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 84, Dharana 61. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, looking at the spotless, infinite etheric space, Akasha, beyond the sky and clouds, one should fix one's gaze without blinking continuously and make the body and the inner space steadily and motionless. In that very moment, O Devi, one attains the nature of powers of infinite space, Bhairava. Bhagavan beautifully says here, infinite etheric space, Akasha. He says how the space of Advaita is a process, is not something to understand or make it as oneness into one, but understand the oneness is the everything that prevails. Bhagavan beautifully says how, for example, if we go to swimming, it's not the manual which is going to make us swim or conceptual ideas which is going to make us swim. It is us getting into the swimming and balancing. That balancing is what is the, how Bhagavan says, the Advaita space, where the whole shift happens in our cognition and the new reality, how we exist, shifts. That shift space, how we are, that we are consciousness and this body is also ours, is what we need to understand from the space of Advaita, from the space of oneness. Bhagavan beautifully says how we are always associating it with our idea about it and how different we are from that conscious space. How, when and all we think that we are not consciousness, if we pen down, we'll understand how we are living far from who we are and how confused our lifestyle starts making us to experience more chaos, more confusion. Here he beautifully says it's a process. How we understand that cognitive shift which happens. Oneness is the very core of anything that exists, Bhagavan says. And it became oneness to celebrate. One became many to celebrate. And it holds the space of oneness in everything. Like one person learns cycling and the balance, how they balance it, there's a cognitive shift which happens in the brain. No manual or no teaching could teach them that. Only getting on the cycle and somebody learning to balance will make them understand what it is. Like Bhagavan beautifully says, a blind man will never know what it is unless he really has the eyes to see it. Till then, he will not get it. Same way, how much ever screams, our body is only screaming. And we are only possessing the body and starting to experience that duality. Bhagavan here says, if you understand, the body never claims, I am so and so. Only we claim the body and say, I am so and so. Even the body is, in spite of us, it functions. Only if you remember the body, then body has to function. Most of the time, it'll be dead. Only it functions in spite of us. Our life runs in spite of us. That is what Bhagavan says. Because everything is already structured and already functioning. If we fit in, it will happen to our glory also. But if we don't fit in and resist the whole thing, we are missing the whole truth and struggling and dying and be born again and again. Such a powerful cognition. With this powerful cognition, let's go to Atma Pramana, Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana are the Vedic rishis, scientists who are the authority of Hinduism, who are time tested and verified the science. Power of seeing the name of unknown. Here Sai Baba getting a revelation that he is an incarnation of Sai Baba. The following is an excerpt from Satya Sivam Sundaram, Volume 1, the biography of Swami, written by the late Professor Kasturi, an exemplary and long-term devotee. This is from his biography. Experiment on that. 1940, 14 years old Satya Sai rose from his bed as usual, but soon afterwards called the members of the household round him and presented that with the super candy and flowers taken from nowhere. As the neighbor rushed in, he gave each one the ball of rice cooked in milk and also flour and sugar candy, all manifested by mere state of wave of hand. Satya Sai seemed to be in such a very jovial state that Venkaparaju was sent for to see him in this welcome, happy mood. Venkaparaju rushed in and had to squeeze his way through the crowd. The people asked him to wash his feet, hands, and face before approaching the giver of boons. This incensed Venkaraju. He was not impressed at all, thinking it was a trick that Satya Sai was hiding things somewhere and producing them by the sleight of the hand. At least that was what he confessed to the author many years later. He wished that this confusing chapter in their life be closed before it develops into tragedy. So he laughed a bitter laugh, and the boy within everyone's hearing, this is getting too much. It must be stopped. Arming himself with a stick, he moved a step nearer and threatened to beat it out of him. You are a god or a ghost or madcap? Tell me. He shouted. Promptly came the answer, the announcement that been held back so long. I am Sai Baba. So beautifully, Baba told that how he has come back as Satya Sai, and he's an incarnation of Sai Baba, and to help the humanity to raise into superconscious space. Now with this, let's go to the Atma Pramana. Atma Pramanas are Leelas of Bhagavan. Let's hear Bhagavan's Leela.
Are you not afraid tomorrow morning you are going to be given poison? You are going to die? He says, wonderful truth. Surely Socrates is an enlightened person. No doubt. There are some traditional Akashic Records. Akashic Records means the Agastya, the great master, downloaded the whole major incidents from time shaft. Please do not compare with Nostradamus. No, it is clear, precise. I had the fortune of experiencing it by myself personally. That's why I am telling you. Not only I myself experienced personally, at least 20 of our disciples also experienced. I can tell you just 2 stories about this Akashic record. Then you will understand the sutra much deeper way. When I was 14, I was taken to the temple where the Akashic records are preserved in the form of palm leaves. Something like 300,000 palm leaves are preserved, the writings. And the temple is called Vaidishwaran Kovil, the temple of healing, a huge granite structure. And the priests who are the guardians of the temple, of the leaves, they will be sitting in the front side. The moment you go, whether you are wherever you may be from, they will not ask you your country, language, background. They won't even talk to you to understand which language or your background or your area. All they will tell is, silently they will show you a small paper where you need to put your thumb impression, that's all. And you have to sit. You can go even with a mask covered, so that they will not be even able to find out whether you are a male or female. They will just take the thumb impression inside. In 2 minutes they will bring you your leaf. The same thing they did for me. They brought that leaf, started reading, understand. Now I can tell you, whatever I am uttering is honest truth. I can take the oath. Because it's beyond logic. They started telling my name. At that time, I was 14-year-old. At that time, the name which I was given by the parents, father's name, mother's name, and the next line they said is, this person is going to become a sannyasi, so we cannot read his horoscope further. Because after sannyas, after liberation, sannyas means the liberation, not the initiation sannyas, the experience sannyas. They said that this person is going to be liberated, the sannyasi. So his horoscope ends by 17. They said that after 17 there is no horoscope. After enlightenment, you decide your future. You have a complete freedom in front of you. So there is no record in the Akashic record. But the past completely they were able to give, clearly written in the palm leaf, at least 100 years old. Because last 50 years the writing in the palm leaf, that art has disappeared. And not only that, you cannot write in the palm leaf which is already dry. You can only write in a fresh leaf, and you have to dry it. The drying will take at least 1 year. Only then you will be able to keep it and make the rolls, bundles. This is a bundled palm leaf. No way they can write at that moment and bring it and show. Neither there will be time. And another one beautiful thing is, it is written in a poetic Tamil. The very form of that poetry has disappeared now. Nobody can write that kind of poetry now. It's completely written in poetic Tamil. Very difficult. Impossible to understand logically. And the funny thing is that Leaf said, if this person comes to study the leaves, he should be honored with fruits, flowers and money, because he is a sannyasi. Usually the priests only accept money, fruits and flowers. And they said, no, he is a step higher than priests. So whatever today's their collection, they gave it to me. I had money. I had all the money, fruits and flowers. It was very strange, but truth. Anyhow, after that we left. Parents had first time the shock, because they know I'll become Swami, but they were trying their best to hide from me. First time I came to know.
Let's go to the Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi Pramanas are the initiated disciple devotees all around the world experiencing the power of Akashic reading and sharing their experience with all of us.
Nithyanandam, my name is Nandita and I'm a Balasant of Nithyananda Gurukul. So today I'm here to share with you all what it feels like to read the Akashic readings. So what it feels to be like in that oneness with Swamiji, where the whole thing is just, the whole cosmic archives just appears in front of us. So see, the whole thing is very simple. All what I do is just connect to Swamiji and just get into that oneness. And when anyone come and ask any question, the whole answer will just start appearing in golden letters, and it will be like whatever appears I'll just read out. That whole thing I'll not remember, but the only thing that which I get to enjoy is the whole space. It'll be so sweet just to have so many people come, and the more and more I read for people, I get more and more excited because there'll be some joy that will be happening in me which I'll be enjoying. Especially this whole thing was so sweet when I was reading the past lives of all the Balasans. So when each and every Balasans were coming and asking their past life, the more and more I read for each and every kid, I didn't know what was happening, but what I was reading, I was not able to remember. But the whole space, when each and every kid, their past was getting revealed, there was so much of joy that was happening in me. I was like constantly throughout the whole time where I was reading. First thing, my body was getting heated, so I had to drink like liters of water. But the other side, I was not able to control my joy that was happening. So many kids, and each one living with Meenakshi and Swamiji with so many lives, and when all their past is being revealed. So that was the best part. The only thing which happens to me when I read is just the joy of seeing the whole Akashic readings. That whole space is completely different, where you just get into oneness with Swamiji. Just decide, okay, Swamiji, whatever questions they are asking, just show the answers. And when I just look at the deity of Swamiji, just before the puja, the deity will be normal. But after the puja, when I just apply that Jnana Anjan, and when I turn and look at Swamiji, suddenly there'll be like lots of golden words that will be appearing, which I have to read out for people. It will appear, and more the words appear, the joy in me, and there'll be a different kind of space altogether. I'll just enjoy the whole space and I'll read the whole Akashic readings. And the more and more this happens, the more and more that space gets stronger. And just to experience that joy, it'll be like I'll be waiting throughout just for that whole time to happen, where I can just enjoy the whole space of reading the Akashic records.
So with that, let's go to the instruction and Pratyaksha Pramana.
Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. The science behind Akashic reading. As time exists simultaneously as a dimension of space, all energy or information, energy is nothing but subjective information, is waiting to be decoded depending on the parameters and objects used. To explain this with a simple analogy, electricity is coded energy and is decoded in an object called a light bulb, and thus manifests as the light. At a classical level, all information is stored in bits in computer language as a binary of 0 and 1, which is then decoded by the software of the computer. As mentioned earlier, at the quantum level, information is stored as qubits. These qubits of information are present across the entire fabric of the cosmos and represent the entire information held within the cosmos in time and space. Interestingly, at the quantum level, the binary system exists as 0 and 1 separately, but happens simultaneously and concurrently. such that both 0 and 1 exist at the same time. Information regarding past, present, or future of a quantum nature is available, waiting to be decoded, but at the present moment, there exists no technology in science which can work as a true quantum computer and has the software to understand all the information and underlying principles of the cosmos. Biologically, the human brain has been linked to the equivalent of quantum computer. An avatar in the form of being, like Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is able to access the qubits of information stored across the cosmos as Akashic readings, as he himself is both the software and the hardware, the subject and the object of the quantum universe. Source taken from Avatar Shastra, Chapter 3, Akashic Reading, page 90. We will now introduce a video on Retrieve Your Akashic Records by the Avatar himself, Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, on the morning of 29th March 2011 at Paddhati Ashram, Bengaluru, India.
Please understand, any action you do just based on the physical body will leave its wave and the archive in physical layer. All your physical actions get gathered and archived in the physical layer of the cosmos. Understand? Even a small act you do, like a simple eating, gets recorded in your file in the cosmic physical archives. Same way, any small thought crosses your mind, like, I think I should go and lie down and sleep. Even this simple thought gets recorded in your mental layer as a file and stored in the cosmic archives. Anything happened from the beginning in all 7 levels, in all beings, is available alive. Understand? 3000 years before, when you were in the pig body or buffalo body or elephant body or dinosaur body, what you thought on particular day and particular moment can be retrieved without any corruption or mismanagement or alteration. Whole thing is available. If the action which you did is performed from the first layer, it will be available in first layer file. If it is from second layer, it will be available from the second layer file. If it is from third layer of your body, it will be available from third layer of the file. But one important thing is, billions and billions of first layer files are available. Millions and millions of second layer files are available. But only thousands of third layer files are available, because people don't function from second layer and third layer. Understand? So when you go deeper and deeper and deeper, only few thousand or few hundred files are available from the 7th layer actions.
Each individual's DNA holds its personal Akashic records. Science says that the human species has evolved with a 2-stranded DNA, which is found in every cell, which determines the form as well as the potential diseases and skills we can have. Scientists are very clear that what we think is not our original blueprint, because we are able to study only one part of the DNA till now. The other unrevealed part, which scientists have not been able to study or logically understand its function, they have labeled as junk DNA or shadow DNA. Scientists are absolutely right when they say there are 2 parts in the DNA, and one part which they are able to study is responsible for the form and diseases. The other part is what is responsible for our spiritual gifts. I tell you, the other part is what carries all the siddhis and superhuman powers. I can say The part which is already discovered is junk DNA. The part which is not yet discovered, or maybe I can use the word yet to be realized, it is this part that contains information about who you really are on a level of spiritual beingness. It is that part to which I gave the name Jivatma, the individual consciousness, or individual self DNA. It is that part which carries our divine personality. By His Divine Holiness Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Setting up things for the list of things that required for power of Akashic, revealing the name of the people. Camera with timestamp, Nyananjan, pencil and paper, Atmurti, and partner. Explain to the partner step by step what exactly you will be doing and how you will be verifying and sharing the videos with others. Let's set up the camera. Download the timestamp app. Click on the video. Ensure the timestamp is shown on the screen clearly and vividly. Make sure the camera is facing you and the partner very clearly and the audio is recorded very clearly. And whatever is written on the paper, please show it on the camera what partner is writing, the names or the photos, and verify with that when the revelation happens. These are amazing Shakti Avishkarana moments. Don't miss to record all these on the camera. Turn on the video recording. Apply the Jnananjan on your third eye. Bring your awareness to your third eye. Ask the partner to write the name of the people unknown to that manifester in the photo which is shown to the manifester. Scan and write the names through your third eye. What appears on the Atmamurti in the golden letters. Verify what is revealed are the same names written by the partner initially and shown in the camera. If exactly matches, then you have manifested the powers. If you just feel some Kundalini energy or some part of the names are correct, wonderful, you have started manifesting the powers of Akashic reading. Start celebrating by sharing the videos. More manifestation will happen. Verify authenticity of the video is step by step. All the details are shown clearly, vividly in the camera. Share that video with a powerful cognition to your friends and family and listen to others' videos and others' experience of manifestation of this power, and more entanglement will happen.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shakti Pada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shakti Pada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada, makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes this external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful, avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. the peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand, you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being, in the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump, the transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea-based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda.
Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency, and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you will be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, Let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Verification process. No video editing is done on the Shakti Avishkanapa manifestation video. Verify no video is not stopped or restarted during the process. All video should have the timestamp and bind angle. No clues or hints should be given during the manifestation. No Bluetooth or gadget during the manifestation. If you would like to use Garba, Aushada or Mandala, please do so. Authentically write down the names and match it exactly what is revealed, and do not tamper with the data during the verification process. Do it as authentically as possible so more manifestation happens. Thanks for choosing the power manifestation of Akashic Reading. Reveal the names of the person.
Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotiyar Manifesting Power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the Power Manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity, Bhagavan says. The quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshwaram Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham